Okay, so thank you everyone for participating inside of the chat. I'm going to keep moving now. Anytime you see a slide like this, a grid view extension with the arrows pointing down, that's going to be a tutorial. So if you missed grid view or you want to show a friend or you didn't know you could do that, you can share that link with them to our friend, the teacher I told you I stole this from, straight to his video about grid view extension. So the next topic, how to find the Google Meet webpage without the link. So now we're really getting into Google Meet. I wanted you to have those extensions for smooth later, but taking a look at how to find the page. You all joined me today with a pre-made link that we sent straight to you. But if you're thinking, okay, so what if I don't have that? How do I get in there? So in another tab, if you want to follow along and practice, you can either go to meet.google.com and that'll take you straight to the Google Meet screen. Actually, you could click there. I think I put the link. You could click on it if you're following along in the slide. The other way that I like to get there is by using my waffle. So these these 9 little dots over here, when you're using Google and in Chrome, we call this a waffle because that's what it looks like. And when I drop that waffle down, there lives all of the Google tools, my Google suite of tools right here. When I go to my waffle, I opened a new tab, looked for my waffle, and then I see, oh, these are my things that I use most often. And Google has a lot of stuff. Inside of your waffle, it's very easy to move things, drag and drop. If I hold things down, I can move my favorites to where I want them. And right now, I'm using the Google Meet. So if you don't see Google Meet in your waffle, do what I did. See if it lives further down. So scroll down to see what else you have. And if you see it, this little dialog bubble with a camera in it, then you can move it towards the top of your waffle so that you see it every time, and it'll be a quick way to get into Google Meet. So I have it right here. That's one way in. If you're not seeing it in here, you'll have to take an extra step. You might have to go more from the G Suite Marketplace all the way down when you scroll in your waffle, and you might have to install it, put it in there. So if that's the case and the Google Meet icon is not in your waffle, please just do it this way. Go meet.google.com, and at the end of our presentation, if you want to hang out for a minute, I'll help you get it into your waffle. Sorry, there we are. Okay, so 2 ways to start a Google Meet: through the website, or you can go to your Meet link. Yes? Oh, thought I heard someone. So when you do go to Google Meet, your screen, this is where you should land. Okay, this is the beginning of a Google Meet, where you can join or you can start a meeting. So let's take a look then. Our next topic, how to start a video meeting and invite people. So I'll show you live in just a second, but there's 3 ways, There's 3 ways to join, right? To join or invite people. One way, when you click that join or start button from the starting page, you're able to, number 1, just hit continue. Don't worry about typing anything into the box. You can just hit continue. And what will happen with part 1, if you just click continue, you'll get a screen like this. Your face will come up and it'll say meeting ready with a link for your meeting. Okay. That's the first way. click continue, and then join now will also give you a way to copy the share options so that you can email it to your friends. You can put it on a slide for your Google Classroom, for your parents so they know where it is. So let me say that one more time. The first way from this screen, the first way to create a meeting or to join a meeting is to just click the plus button and click continue. And that will get you the information, the join now, and then the information again, so that you can just share that link to the people you want to come to the meeting. Or you can add people. The second way is by entering the meeting code or nickname. So this way is an in-house way to go to meetings. So if you have, let's say, the third grade team at Sealy, they want to meet on a regular basis and they're going crazy because they have 1,000 links every time they're trying to meet. If you go to the plus to start a meeting, and in that box, you type a code name. So you could say Sealy Grade 3 Teachers. That would be the nickname, and that link would work every time. So you see right here on my slide, for this meeting, my people could have put in ICOE Google Meet 101.
Opening Google
Sorry.
Meet.
Google on my phone heard its name, started talking to me. So my people could have put in this nickname and hopped right in the meeting. But for you all, I had to go into the meeting, join now, and in the bottom lower left, I had to click this arrow and I could still get the link. I could still invite other people to this meeting, but my people can come back to this meeting all the time. So I might only want to invite a couple of teachers at certain points, and then as we move on, they won't be able to come in anymore, but my people will. So this is
Kevin,
yes.
I'm sorry. I have a question.
Sure.
That link, did you develop that link? That's how you develop the link. If you want to change it, or how did you come up with ICOE Google Meet?
Yeah, the nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me do it in this live screen. Okay. So I would just click the plus button. Right. So I click the plus button. And I'm going to put that in again. Okay, so I'm someone from ICOE and I know the password. I know the link that only works with the same domain. So anyone with @icoe.apps could get mine. If I was a member of another district and we all had the same ending to our email, they'd be able to use these nicknames. So I went ICOE, and it's not case sensitive. You can just put in any old thing, ICOE Google Meet 101. And see how it doesn't say start right here. It says continue, because this meeting is continuous forever and ever for my people that have that nickname. If I click it, you can see all of you are also on it. And 15 more. Because I gave you the link. I gave you the link to this meeting.
So this is the second way to join.
Correct.
Got it.
Internally with a passcode, with a password. But then again, I can still find the meeting details to share with people outside of our organization. So maybe you're having Kiana come and meet with just the third grade team. Third grade team, use the nickname Kiana. You're going to share the link with her. Sorry for talking about myself in the third person like that. All right, third way to open and share a meeting is through Google Calendar. So my organization is Microsoft Office Outlook heavy. So that's the calendar I use. I don't really get into my Google Calendar as much, but some of your organizations might be fully loaded onto your Google Calendar. So if you want to, and you're following along in the slides, you can click on that link where all the arrows are going crazy. I linked Google Calendar right there. Another way to find your Google Calendar is in your waffle. So you can drop your waffle down, get to your Google Calendar. I'm going to do it live. So let me go to Google Calendar. So let me open this. I'll do a new one. Let's see. So let's say after this, we're going to do a Google Meet celebration. Okay. That's the name of the meeting. We're going to do this at 4:30. When we're all done here, it's going to last an hour. Don't repeat. So all those things you would do to set yourself up. But if you notice right here in the middle of the page, see, Google doesn't even discriminate. You can go to Zoom if you still like Zoom better, and you can plan it from here, from your calendar. Or you can go to Google Meet from here and plan it from here. So if you're a Google Calendar user, you can save a bunch of steps and keep yourself organized, because when I drop that down and say, yes, I want a Google Meet for this meeting in my calendar, there it is. It created the link so that I can just go to my calendar, click on the event, and click the link and get straight to the meeting from here. I won't lose the link. Or I can come over here and add guests. So I can say, yes, I want Erica at my after meet party. And yes, I want Tracy at my after meet party. So now this appointment is showing up on their Google Calendar. So I don't even have to email it if I decide to add guests from the Google Calendar to Google Calendar. So if we're in the same organization or using the same tool, this can be really powerful for not losing anything and save me a step of pushing out an email. So yes, Sandra, go ahead and unmute yourself and talk to me. You want to go? Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, I have a question. So if we do it that way, I don't have to send them a password or anything?
Correct. So if you do it this way, I'm going to hit save. Would you like to send invitation emails to Google Calendar guests? I'm going to say, why, yes, I do. Please send. It's telling me they're from outside and that's okay. Continue. Oh, it's not their ICO yet. It is for Tracy. So save, send, invite external guest. So now Tracy and Erica would have gotten the invitation. They can go to here it is, their Google party. I'm going to open it and I can just click the link and I'll join the meeting.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty neat. So in case you forget, 3 ways to join and invite. Just hit continue and send, invite from here or send the link like I did to you. From here, in-house, you can give nicknames, and from here, you can do it straight from your Google Calendar. Our friend Eric, the Meet Master, has videos for how to start a meeting, how to invite people to a meeting, and how to join a video meeting. So he's broken those 3 things up, and anything that you need more information about, feel free to click those links and you can go back on your own time and get a tutorial. Let's check that chat box. How we doing in there, Anna?
We're doing good. No questions so far.
All right, let's press on. And again, use the chat, feel free, or just say, hey Q, unmute yourself and say, hey Q. Here's the next topic. Can I record my Google Meet? And some of you saw the answer just now. So my answer is yes or no. It just depends. It depends on the settings of the account that you're in. So, for instance, for me here at ICOE, we cannot add, that feature is turned off through our organizational Gmail, right? So our at ICOE apps is turned off. So if yours is turned on for the mail that you're using, for the G account that you're using, you would find the ability to record. Down at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the 3 stacked dots. Anytime you see 3 stacked dots, that means I'm a menu. You have options here. So click me and see what your options are. So down at the bottom of the screen for a Meet, you see that menu. This menu will pop up. If you have the capability, you'll have one more section on your menu that says record. If you do not have this selection like mine, you see the thing blinking, but it's not really, that's just me. I put that there. You might have to do what we call a mashup. So you use Google Meet, one Google app with another app. So in this case, even on this video conference, I'm using Google Meet. And since I can't record, that setting's not available with my account, I'm using Loom. So if you want to know more about Loom, it's a video casting, screen casting and video so that you can make your own videos. It's an app for that. So you can click right on the Loom icon. And a lot of you might have already also be using Screencastify. Screencastify is another option, and you can get an extension like mine for each of those, for either of those. So all that you would have to do is once you start your Google Meet, you also turn on Loom like I did. That's not a great picture of me, is it?
Ms. Gibbons,
Yes.
right now on this part where you said that you need to click on Loom, where would you have Loom when you're putting your Google Meet invitation all together?
Sure. So Loom in this case would not be for the students because, well, lots of schools, you can see why, you can understand why, that you probably aren't allowed, or some districts are saying you're not allowed to record your live sessions. But for our purposes, it's helping other teachers, so we can leave an archive. But if I wanted to do Loom, I would go to my extension store. Right here, I would put Loom. Add it to my bar up here. You can see yours should say add to Chrome if you've never added it before. And I'm going to click
on at the same time.
Yes, that's why we call it a mashup. One app doesn't quite do exactly what we want it to do. So when we put 2 of them together, it's the workaround. It helps us to accomplish what we need to accomplish for the job. And right now, my Google domain does not allow me to record inside of a Google Meet. So Loom or Screencastify on top of Google Meet will allow me to do the job.
So let me ask this. Once you've recorded, do you need to be clicking or copying from the Loom to get the video that you recorded, or is it already on Google Meet?
Yeah, you will have to go get the link for the video that you recorded, and it lives all right here. Once you put it inside of your, on your extension bar up here, it's all going to live right behind the icon, the one that looks like this little pinwheel. It's very simple, very user-friendly.
Okay.
All right. And of course, you can call or email us, and we'll help you out. Okay?
Thank you.
So here's a question to think about. Like, why would we even want to record? There's advantages to making our own videos. So just as a check for understanding or to get you pondering and thinking, what are the advantages of asynchronous time with videos when you're not with your students versus being on a camera right at the same time, face to face? And I guess in other words, why would you use your own videos, create your own videos over the millions that are out there on the internet about every topic under the sun? Think about that question for a minute. I'm going to give us just a 30-second little moment of silence. Put something in the chat thinking about those questions. Excellent. So thank you for that feedback in the chat. I just wanted to get your mind thinking and at the same time share some awesome slides from this English learner Zoom that I was on yesterday. There are some people doing some fantastic things. And if you want to take down or just know that his email, link to the slides is up here. But really thinking about recording, right? If you can't do it in Google Meet, consider Loom or Screencastify to make your own short videos. And when you're making those videos, think about what hinders English learners, right? That sometimes videos are too long. Sometimes there's way too much talking. Screencastify will keep you to 5 minutes. It'll keep you honest. So that's a good one to use if you find yourself really, having these long videos and you're saying, dang, even I'm bored of myself. Screencastify will make you get in and get out. Also thinking about breaking, if you have only 5 minutes at a time, what little bite? How are you going to break it down for your English learners as you create things? Visuals, we're in an excellent place to find visuals. So you'll see that my slides are really like point here, only a couple of things, sometimes not even words, only a picture on the slide because that supports all kinds of learners. Don't be averse to using home language or accepting work home language. We have a little bit of grace in this time period. We just want to be sure that students are learning and accessing the things that we put out there. And thinking about things in small bites is automatically going to help us differentiate for our English learners during this time period. Also, here's just a quick, if you're wondering like synchronous, asynchronous, what do people mean by this? There's a quick little definitional slide and the advantages for English learners versus the disadvantages for English learners. So really think about your outcomes of the lessons that you're teaching, of what you want to accomplish, and then determine, do kids really need to see my face at the same time for this information? Or can I use some of these tools to leave them a quick link, flip? That's what the concept of the flipped classroom is. Give them time on their own to build background knowledge, to process, watch a video, watch your video, and then come to class ready to discuss. That's some of the benefits of so that your very limited time, because I know a lot of your districts are saying, no more than this many hours a day, and then you're having to share that if you're in middle and high school with other people. So when you want to maximize your face synchronous live time with your students, you flip the stuff that can be taught on a short video so that your discussions are really rich. That's the idea, and why you would want to be able to record yourself. A little tutorial from our friend Eric about how to record a Google Meet. If you do not see the red button and your organization has that button off, it is a question that you can ask. And this video will actually show the IT side, like the back end for where you would flip it on. So if your district opens that discussion, you agree that you want to be able to record them with these limitations and these rules, then this video might be one to share to show someone how to turn them on. Okay. And with that comes some ideas for how to keep students from starting or recording their own Meet, because that's a setting as well. So those are 2 learn more videos. So here's the next topic. Google Meet in the Google Classroom. So this feature is fairly new. being able to get and assign a Google Meet link to your Google Classrooms. Oh, sorry. Where was I? There it is. So again, these slides are just instructive at a glance so that when I'm gone, you still have the steps. So I'll do this live in just a second, but the steps are go to your Google Classroom. I usually start at my waffle, but you could also type it in. So Google Classroom, and then select a class. So if you don't have any classes yet, you may have to just watch me, or you can, it's very simple. You can do it very quick along the way. And then you would go to your settings, and in your settings, there'll be one menu before this, but you're looking for the menu that has the general settings. And right at the bottom of that box, you're going to find the option for a Google Meet. So I'm going to do that live by going to my waffle. I'm going to open my Google Classroom. Right, it's one of my favorites. It's close up at the top of my waffle. So I have some sample classrooms. So if you're using Google Classrooms, you'll have a whole lot more things in here. But I made a sample classroom for Google Meet 101. So if I come right over to my gear, a gear always means there's some settings behind there. So I'm going to open it up. And like I said, right in the general portion of the settings, here's your option for Google Meet. The very first time you do it for a class, it's going to say generate Meet link. So I'm going to do that now. And there it is. Here's my Google Meet link for just this class, Google Meet 101, my sample class. And right now, with this little toggle, it's visible to students. So if I'm not ready yet, they don't know how to do that yet, I haven't explained my norms for Google Meets yet, for whatever reason, when you want it off, you can go turn it off, toggle it off. When you want it on, you can go toggle it on. And now I'm going to save that setting. And now, right at the top of the class, where you can share your class code with students, they will also be able to see the Meet link right at the top of the class. And the cool thing about doing it this way, the safe thing about doing it this way, is that they can't get into that link unless the teacher has that link open. So in asynchronous times, they will not be able to open that and meet with each other. They will only be able to get to that link and open it when you're on it.
Ms. Givens, can you show that again, please?
Absolutely. So I'm going to my gear, right next to my waffle.
Uh-huh.
And then here's general. Move your eye down and you'll see the little bubble with the camera in it. I already generated a link for this class. So it doesn't say generate a link, but you can see the link. Let's say for some reason, people outside of your class got the link, that you're getting some funny business going on in the chat or whatever. I'm going to drop it down and reset. So I can change it just like that if I need to. It's a new semester, my class has changed, whatever it is, whatever reason, I can just drop it down, reset, and get a new code, and it'll populate in the other page. So then I want to make sure to hit save if I haven't yet. And then when I close it, my class sees it right at the top.
Now, in clicking on that link, you will be coming out to talk to them, or what is that?
Yes, it'll open just like we are today. And because you're the owner of the class, you will be the host. So kids can't get in unless you click the link too.
Now that is set up for that particular day and time, correct? Or is that there to for whenever time we do a classroom? I mean, well, I guess a conversation.
So you don't ever have to set it up again unless you need to reset it. It will stay there and your class can meet there every single time.
Oh, okay.
Que suave.
So I would just have to use like on my remind and tell them what time I'm going to open it.
Yep.
So I don't have to do it over and over. Okay, awesome.
Correct. Just go to your class, log in like you know how, click the meet at 9 o'clock, and we'll see you tomorrow, like that.
Okay.
And so even if you do generate and reset, they'll be able to get to it as long as they can get to the Google Classroom.
So how about if I just want to meet with individual students?
Yeah, then you would tell them what time and they could go there as well. Okay. Because it's on them to sign in to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Will Google Classroom automatically can Google Classroom send alerts to them?
Ask that again, Elena.
Does Google Classroom go ahead and give alerts, kind of like with the assignments, let them know, hey, at certain time you need to watch or get into the meeting?
Yeah, so you could in your stream here. Oops. In your stream, you can post that information. So, and you can choose who to share the post with, pick your date. So if you are up here in stream and you click that and then start a new stream, you might say, hey, little humans, see you at 9. Use, you can put it in 2 spots. Use this link. You can copy it, paste it, and post it.
And the students must be logged into their Google account to be correct?
They must be logged in and they have to have your class code. So I think Anna is doing a Google Classroom coming up here if you want to know the details. But
tomorrow.
Yeah, so 2 ways. Either you can send this code out in your remind and then the first time that they get set up, they're in. Or you take your roster and load your kids with their school issued email. So she'll go over that tomorrow and that'll be recorded if you're not available tomorrow. More questions?
Q, you had a question. They were asking if you have a limit to how many students can get on the Google Meet.
Yeah, right now.
Go ahead.
Right now it's at 150. So you should be good.
So, Ms. Given, when they click on that link, you will pop up in their computer, correct?
If you're on, you will.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Just like the start of this meeting, clicking that link will go there.
Awesome.
All right, we're coming up on time, so I want to show you 1 or 2 more things. Know that there's a tutorial about Google Meet integration with Google Classroom to show you all that again in case you forget, and how to keep students from joining or rejoining a meeting without you. I just want to show you these 2 awesome tools for creating and adding engagement. This is going to be whether you're on Zoom or whether you decide to use Google Meet. If you haven't heard of these things, one is called Chrome Canvas, and the other one is called Jamboard. Jamboard is one of those ones that your organization would have to be able to turn on, but if you have a personal Google account, you should be able to open it, and I'll show you right now. So what these are digital whiteboards, very stripped back, simple. So those links are live if you want to come with me to Canvas. So Canvas is a simple whiteboard application. So you can see I have some samples already, but it's as simple as clicking the blue button. And now you have a whiteboard. You can change the color here. If you like pencil, finer pen, a little bit thicker like a Sharpie, the chalk style. But once I choose it, I can say, or with little ones, if I make the A, they can practice along with me.
Is there a way to put like the paper lines?
Absolutely. So let me, if you look right over here, there's this layers. So I can import a picture and then right on top of it. Let me go from the home page. So I'm going to go back to my home page. This would be probably the easier way to do it. New from image. So I can download the piece of paper from wherever on Google into onto my computer and then drag it on. I think I can just do it. Let me see. So I'm going to just try it. I'm guessing right now. But I just copied a piece of lined paper. I'm going to turn this off. Sorry. Oh, it didn't let me. It didn't do it how I thought I would.
That's all right. I'll mess with it.
Okay, I'm going to come back to it too. Okay, so know that while you're live or while you're videotaping yourself, Chrome Canvas is just a simple stripped back whiteboard that you can demonstrate math problems, you can illustrate vocabulary, you can have students, you can show them how to, create the alphabet. Jamboard is pretty much the same thing. And you'll know
these are apps that you need to download.
You don't need to download. They're web pages, so you just put in those links and you'll go to them. So Jamboard is an add-on, and so ICOE I can't add on. So I'm going to just switch over with my different account, my personal account, so you can see what it looks like. So that's my jam right there. If I want a new jam, I just go down to this plus sign. It starts to have all of the features that Google has. So if I want to share my jam, I can, just like I would share a Google Doc or Google Slides, etc. I can change this to anyone with the link, save it, title it, Test Jam. So it literally is the same as the other whiteboard. However, it has the functionality of collaboration like the other Google tools. So now, if we're in the Meet and I want to see how my breakout groups answered, they can work together to solve a problem. You can draw the Lesh model on here and have kids work together. Have kids work together to show 8 plus 5, right? And they can draw a different way to do it. They can tell a story about 8 plus 5, and they can, draw a picture of 8 plus 5. So that would be by them sharing with each other, just like they would anything else in Google. I see a question about being able to view the students while presenting. If you have 2 screens, you can. Otherwise, you might have to use the scissors app and have 2 things open. Like right now, as I look at one screen, I have all of you on one window, and I have my presentation on the other window. So you'll have to kind of mess with your screens a little bit. And there is, on slide 36, Carmen, there's 3 ways to see your students when presenting. So a quick tutorial. So when you're getting frustrated and you're like, I only see the thing that I'm teaching, I only see my slides. He gives you some ways to kind of monitor your chat while you're teaching, or see some faces while you're teaching. Some options there, okay? All right. We have come up on our time. Let me just say this about remote control desktop. There is a link for that. That's kind of like a deluxe. That's probably a 201 over a 101. And if you put it in the chat and there is a need, we can come back just to this. But I'll show you real quick. If you have to go, please jump to the last slide, click on the feedback form, and please let us know how we did. Give us some feedback about what more training you need. So if you're following along in the slides and you have other commitments, please hop to slide 37, get in the feedback, and give us, let us know what you think.
How do I do that?
Just click this link, feedback form on slide 37. And if you can hang out for 1 minute, then I'm going to just quickly go through the extension that you added called Remote Desktop. So up here, I added Remote Desktop already. And when I click it, I can see this working with, if I'm having small group instruction. Oh, now, can everyone turn your mics to mute, please? So if I have this installed and my students have this installed as well as an extension, the Chrome Remote Desktop, I'm thinking about like 1-to-1, because more than one student can't take remote control of your desktop, and you can't give control to more than one person at a time. So that's what this is about. It's about releasing control of your screen and your mouse to someone else so that you can check for understanding. Or it's about, being able to hop onto somebody else's computer to provide support on their end. So using Chrome Remote Desktop, what I would need to do is generate a code just by clicking this link. And I copy this link and put it in the chat. And I would do that to the one student, right? Carmen, you want to help me with this? Do you have the extension in your up at the top? Give me a thumb up.
I set it up, but what does it look like on mine?
So on your end, it should look just like mine, but your give support should be highlighted. Do you see give support? Oh, I'm sorry. There it is. Right down here, do you see this?
No.
Anna, do you see that?
I do.
Can you take the, code that I just put in the chat and put it into give support here, that 12-digit code?
Okay.
So essentially what this is saying is, Anna, I'm working with Anna, and she says, and I want to check for understanding on some of your reading. And the slide I have up is a drag and drop. So I have bat, cat, a picture of a bat, a picture of a bat, and a picture of, a zebra. And I want to know which one has the short A sound. And right now I would be giving remote control to Anna so that she can manipulate my screen and show me that she knows bat and sat have the short A sound. So you can see why this is an advanced feature. How you doing, Anna?
Mine is showing, it's just going around and around and loading.
Okay. Well, that might be one for next time, one we can come back to. But just know it's one of the ones that your district would have to have open. And there is a tutorial there to see what that really is, what that really looks like by being able to give remote control access in Google Meet. Here's a tutorial for those whiteboard tools again. Also, the 3 ways that you can see your students. And that has been an introductory speedway through Google Meet. I'm gonna hang out for a few.
Having the copy of this presentation, we just need to go to. It's because the reason I asked, because you had to give us permission, or we'll have it all the time now.
You'll have it all the time now. That's the beauty about Google links. They stay the same even though things are changing in the background.
Okay, but the Bitly, we just go through the Bitly.
Go to the Bitly, yes, and we're gonna send it again in the follow-up email thanking you for your time.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's it, everyone. Please, when you have a moment, give us some feedback. If you have a specific question and you want to hang out, we'll hang out for a second so you can talk directly to me, unmute yourself. Otherwise, thank you so much. Google Classroom tomorrow at 2 o'clock, Anna, is that right?
Yes, at 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock?
Google Classroom 101.
She is a Google certified teacher and knows all kinds of little tricks and tips behind there. So until next time, be well, wash your hands, okay? Take care of your emotional self, and call us if you need any help.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See you,
Thank you.
Troy.
Bye.